In a world where mediocrity reigns, in a world where people feel entitled and actually don't achieve much with their life, when we see excellence, when we see greatness, we choose to celebrate them. And that's what Legal Convo is all about. All right. Welcome to Legal Convo. This is our first guest episode that we are going to be having, and I'm very excited to be on the show today with a great woman. She's a very good friend of mine and somebody I adore so much. Guess who my guest is? No, you can't guess right. Now I have on the show today a wonderful woman, Barrister Hafsat Oloriegbe. It is at this point that you should clap. Yes, go ahead and clap. Go ahead. Clap. All right, you're welcome. I am very excited to have you on the show.
I'm so
I
excited
know how
to be here.
busy you really are, and we have had conversation in the last few days, and I know how tight the schedule is.
Yes.
I really want to thank you for making our time to be on the show. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the entire team. All right, you are welcome. Now, you have a rich profile that I am afraid to. I'm very scared to begin to read it out now. But I will try as much as possible. We can be on this conversation about our profile. We can be on this conversation for the next one hour. But I will try. All right, Barrister Hafsat Oloriegbe. Mind you, I call her, or I know her as Usenat, but our official name is Barrister Hafsat Oloriegbe. She's an accomplished legal professional. She has over 13 years of post-call experience as a lawyer. Mind you, she was a very bright student. All right, and she's also a program manager with a rich background in legislative matters. She's a project manager, and she's also into community service. She's currently a program manager at Absaya Health System Consult. She oversees diverse health-related projects, ensuring efficient operations and stakeholder satisfaction. Let me go a little bit forward. Now, Hafsat was called to the Nigerian Barr in the year 2013. I think we went to Abuja together.
Yes, we went to Abuja.
Okay, yes. And has since made significant contributions as a Senior Legislative Aide in the Nigerian Senate. During her tenure, she played a crucial role in drafting impactful legislations, including the National Health Insurance Authority Bill and Mental Health Act. Her legislative expertise extends to policy implementation, alternative dispute resolution, and stakeholder management. Now, our commitment to community service is reflected in our collaborations with NGOs like Match Healthcare Initiative, Matter Girls Foundation, focusing on improving health and education outcomes for widows and young girls. Now, Hafsat's dedication has led her to travel extensively to underserved communities, emphasizing her impact and commitment to societal betterment. That's not even half of what or who she is. Now, in addition to her public service, Hafsat is a successful entrepreneur. Now, these are some of the parts that really interest me, and you are going to really want to know how she came about all of that. Now, she is the CEO of multiple businesses, including Kias, a fashion brand, and Halam Properties and Villas Limited, a real estate firm. She has demonstrated her business acumen through effective project management, operations oversight, and strategic planning. Now, Hafsat is currently working on several significant initiatives, including health financing, universal health coverage, She collaborates with organizations to drive policy implementation and ensure that the laws that she helped in drafting are effectively enacted. Now, our focus areas include women empowerment, poverty alleviation, and expanding health insurance coverage to be more comprehensive, especially for cancer treatment. She is actively involved in the widening of the Cancer Health Fund, CHF, to cover more than 3 types of cancer and include childhood cancer. Hafsat worked closely with NICRAT and 6 donors to support the cancer fund. Maybe you also be a part of sponsoring the cancer fund. Now, additionally, Hafsat is dedicated to maternal and neonatal care. She addresses gender-based issues, noting that 1 in 4 Nigerian women experience some form of sexual abuse. Many of these cases go unreported and due to stigma, fear of retaliation, lack of trust in the justice system and all. Now, to combat this, Hafsat collaborates with Matter Girls Foundation on a pilot program to raise awareness about unsafe abortion, which critically contributes to maternal mortality in Nigeria. This initiative aims to create safe spaces where women can share their experiences and report to appropriate authorities. Now, Hafsat's career highlight includes coordinating the office of the Chairman Senate Committee on Health, managing legislative processes, and implementing constituency projects that benefited over 500 people per event. Now, she also served as the campaign coordinator during the 2019 general election. Now, and she ensured the smooth electoral process through effective communication and information dissemination. Beyond her professional achievements and all, Hafsat enjoys playing lawn tennis, taking walks, pilots, and excelling at board games. Maybe we are going to play board games before we leave here today. All right. She holds an LLM in common law from the University of Ilorin and is a certified project management professional and Scrum master. That is the summary of who she is. Now let's go into the conversation. There are a lot of things that interest me about your profile.
Okay.
A lot of things. I've known you. Now we've known each other for about 19 years now, since 2007. For about 19 years. And I know her as a brilliant person. I know her as an entrepreneur and all. But this detail, I did not know this detail. No, I knew when you were working with the National Assembly and all. But this detail, I didn't know. Now, you're a lawyer. Your major focus seemed to be healthcare.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Okay. So first of all, my uncle, who is also a lawyer, used to say something like, when opportunity comes, you have to be prepared for it. So I feel like being a lawyer first and foremost, like, enlightens you to be expandable to any area of focus, which helped me. So when I found myself in the National Assembly, being an SLE, they'll tell you, one of the criteria of being an SLE is you have to be a lawyer of certain years of experience, which I had. Wow. So finding your principal now being the chairman health, and someone that doesn't like the word you use, mediocrity. He likes working. He likes seeing people know that he's working and is impactful. So it made me really have flair for health, being this Chairman Senate Committee on Health, and I see that most of the drives is trying to push is something that is very impactful. I just find myself in health and I'm loving it. I'm even trying to take a course in,
because that was going to be my next question. Yes. That how has it been? Like, it's more like you
going
into a new area entirely and all. So how has it been really, the experience so far?
Well, I wouldn't say it's been easy, but I mean, I have his guidance when I need one, and I'm taking like some small courses, but I'm thinking of going for another master's this year anyway. I've already even registered for
another master's,
health policy formulation in maybe Harvard or something. I think I applied to like 3 schools. One has replied me, but I don't like the school, but maybe if that's the only one I replied, I'll go. But I know I have to, like, if I really want to be a grown-up in health, I need to take a proper serious course. But so far, it's mostly guidance and learning on the field, majorly. And because it's policy, it's not so different, and there are laws already. It's just that they need to be better. So it's easy to just say, oh, what is obtainable in the present environment that we are now. So that's major.
I also observed that, you know, the legislations that you have helped to draft, and then you're working on the implementation, have been in the area of health, national insurance, and every other thing. Now, what would you like the public to know about this particular area?
So majorly, I think there are so many laws that a lot of people don't even know about. 1 in 10 people knows that they have access to health insurance. The main reason behind the National Health Insurance Authority bill was to grant access for all, including the formal and the informal sector. When I mean the formal, I mean the civil servant, the informal sector, like me and you, that is entrepreneur and everything, and that they can have access to it at the cheapest rates. For as low as, I think, 7,000, you can have access to
Are you
health.
serious?
Yes. You just need to have that information.
Did any of you know this before now?
You just have to have access to that information. And fortunately, maybe because it's his baby, he's now the chairman, National Health Insurance Authority.
Yes.
So we're trying to push this narrative, like, the more media people, it seems like why you don't even know much about me is I'm not a social media person per se. And maybe my personal self or my business part that needs to be on set. But my own personal brand, I think I like to just be laid back and be on the
behind the scene.
Yeah, behind the scene. But I see that a lot of, even my friends that are educated, if I ask them, do you have health insurance? Do you have health insurance? They'll be like, they don't. I say, even me, until I knew about the bill, I don't even know about. But I've seen the benefits of insurance. Even especially with the Cancer Health Fund. There's a new bill, it's not even a bill, a new policy now, that if you are operating a health insurance for as low as 3 months and you fall into cancer, may God not let anybody have cancer, you have access to a certain amount of free treatment for cancer.
Let's go over that again. Please repeat it. Please repeat it.
I mean, once you have access to any child, like they've onboarded you and they are on their enrollee for more than 3 months, and maybe you fall ill through cancer.
Minimum of 3 months.
Yes, minimum of 3 months. You've been an enrollee. You have access to free cancer healthcare on a threshold. I think it's about 5 million naira.
Many people.
I would share the link. I'll share the flyer.
Wow.
There's a flyer that
we are going to put it somewhere on the.
A lot of people don't know about it, and funny enough, it's in UITH. I think there's a cancer treatment center in UITH. Like all the 6 geopolitical zones.
Wow.
So they have like about 8 hospitals you can access for those cancer treatments.
Wow.
That people don't know. And it's partnership with it's not only NHI, other people. Like there's a particular organization that is also in partner with NHI trying to get the access. There's so many things people do not know about the healthcare access that we have. And that's because the information is not disseminating. And I think that's part of the drive I'm trying to make with my principal, to ensure that the information gets to the right people. There's always the government cannot do everything, but they are trying. I won't lie. It's just that the information is not
and the truth is, most of the time, people were always shouting, the government, the government, and there are a lot of efforts going on.
They pay them huge for like having that, like, oh, we treated so amount of people for cancer this year.
and then
NHI
they get
will
their
pay, yes.
Now, my concern when it comes to insurance, experience that people have had is that, when they want to onboard you, when they want to, bring you on and all of that, they are going to be nice to you and all of that. But once something happens and then you want to make claims and all of that, stories come up. I think this kind of things have been in the areas of maybe car insurance and all of that.
Insurance. I mean, the only thing that might happen is maybe they'll say bare minimum, like, okay, this, but there are different packages. Okay. I'm sure when you even walk into any health insurance, national health insurance office, and ask them more information, you'll be amazed on it. And that's part of what the bill is. It's not about just making a bill just for the sake of it. Part of the goal of being an SLA is to advise your principal to make bills that are more impactful and to make bills that would outlive you and be much more impactful. The key word for me is impact. If it's not impacting a lot of people, why are you here?
It does not make. I personally have enjoyed the NHIS, especially when my wife was to put to bed and all of that. Then struggling young guy, just trying to, and then it became obvious that she was going to go through CS. You know that is a lot of fun because of I wanted the best available medical care for her, no matter what and everything. We have to use private hospital and all of that. You can imagine how much it's going to be and everything for young people. But because we registered for NHIS, the amount we pay was ridiculously low. Honestly, we go for checkup and everything. Sometimes by the time we are leaving and they ask us to pay bill, we are paying something like 800 naira.
Yes.
We are paying like 1,000 naira. And I'm looking like, wow.
That's the beauty of insurance for you.
Wow.
But how many people have the access to the information?
I think NHIS or health insurance is available, only that the information is not as available. Yes. I know in advanced countries, the UK and all of that. In fact, if you are coming to the country, it's part of the requirement you have to have before you. So
part of what we are doing is to ensure that information gets to the right place. Because part of the reason for the new bill is to mandate health insurance for all.
Make it compulsory.
It's on the bill already. If you read the bill, it's there. Health insurance
is already going through. What stage is it?
No, the bill has been passed. Yes, it has been assented to.
Wow.
That's why they changed to NHIA.
And that's true. That's
part of what the bill tried to propose to.
That's why we are having this conversation. I'm sure you have learnt that now, and you have to do something about it, because what I have seen how devastating health crisis can be for people.
Yes.
Honestly, it's not something I wish on my enemy. When you see people who, especially cancer, oh God,
and it's becoming,
when you see cancer patients, I don't know how I feel about it. And most of the time, a lot of people actually die because of this thing, because they cannot afford the required treatment. Because people who maybe have access and all of that. A lot of people get over cancer, they get well and all of that. But when people don't have access to the information that is, a lot of people will even start using agbo.
Like the Cancer Health Fund that you were mentioning the other time. I think the initiative still started during my principal tenure. The Cancer Health Fund was for those three cancers, like the breast cancer, the cervical cancer, and the prostate cancer, that we're trying to include the childhood cancer there. People do not know that there's a fund called the Cancer Health Fund, and they have access to it. Yes, each treatment has a threshold, but at least you would have gotten a bit better before you even seek funds. But a lot of people do not know about.
So let's talk about what's the process or procedure of people getting these funds.
So that's a conversation on their own. But what I can do is also provide you. It's not all the hospitals in general, but mostly I think the general hospitals in each geopolitical zone. I think they picked 2 per geopolitical zone. So almost all the those two hospitals, as in all the hospitals
in the geopolitical zone.
Even the hospitals that do not have the access should be able to tell the patients that they know are vulnerable about the Cancer Health Fund. So, because that's the mandate given to the
but is there a system to check whether they are doing it or not?
Yes, there's a system. There's like a website, everything to check, to even check. I think the way they even did it, you can check what's left of the fund and all that, because it's in relation with the ministry and the NICRAT. I'm sure a lot of people don't even know there's an institution called NICRAT. That's National Institute for Cancer and Research Institute. I'm sure people do not know about it. There's so many things people do not. The access to information is very key in Nigeria. I think that's what a lot of people are lacking. The NICRAT is there. A lot of institutions are in place for this to happen, but people do not know about it. Yes, they are supposed to be there to disseminate the information, but you know how it goes.
If you have any question around this area, maybe just drop in the comment section. Maybe I'm praying that we'll have another opportunity to really talk about or maybe a Zoom meeting. We'll be able to. I'm sure that a lot of people because a lot of these things myself I did not know.
Yes,
that's the power of information. Now let's go to a part I am very interested in. Now you are a business person.
Okay.
You are a lawyer. You are a project manager. You are health. What do I call you now? Is it health enthusiast or what will I call it? Now, how do you balance all of these things? You are a mother. You are a wife. You are to everybody, family person, and all of that. How do you balance all these things?
I think first things first, I would say God, because sometimes I ask myself how I balance it, and I think the zeal to excel in anything I try to say I want to do, and then definitely support. I would never overemphasize support. At first it was the family support. Then when we became larger, and so if I don't even have a family support at the moment, I would say access to funds to be able to get those supports to at least. And then fortunately the kids are grown to some extent now, so they're a bit independent, which means I could do whatever I want to do. Then definitely understanding of my spouse, and I feel like the need to just excel is there, because I wouldn't want to do something halfway and say I want to stop.
You abandon it.
And that's zeal to make more money, because we're in Nigeria. Plenty money is expected. Yes, that's it.
This is you preparing for Harvard now. You need money to do all of that. Yeah. Now let me ask. Now, you've been a business person, I think, since I knew you.
Almost as long as
you've been in the business of fashion and all that. What informed your decision to go into fashion?
I think when I was in 300 level, then I think Unilori readjusted their calendar to when we will have this long summer break. We weren't doing this ASU, and everybody will be on ASU strike. So first semester, second semester, then we'll have like this 3 months.
3 months holiday, yeah.
So I wanted to do like an attachment, like every other mates were doing. And then my mom was like, this year I don't do attachments. Why don't you just go to a fashion school? So he got me a machine and everything. And I think there's something about law and fashion. You know how it is. We just join. I'm sure in Nigeria now, I would say lawyers are one of the most people in the fashion industry, because I think we have this zeal to want to accessorize our white and black, despite the fact that it's white and black. So that it will not be boring. So it came with the encouragement from my mom to just go into fashion. But I didn't make it a business then, because I was still in school, but I was learning. And from what I learned, I would just apply it to myself. So when I finished school and I went to law school, I really wanted to be a lawyer, this and that. You know how law school will make you think when you finish, you are going to make 1 billion. And then we finished law school, I got married, then I gave birth. And managing law and family at that particular point, if I wanted to reach the peak, one has to suffer. So I had to drop it for a while, like, law, majorly practicing should have to be paused so that I'll be able to focus on the family. But at the same time, I wouldn't want to just sit down at home and just not do anything. So I went to another fashion school for like a master class or something. Then I opened a business. So I think when my son became like a year or two, I went for my master's. I came for my master's, I think a year. Then that's what I talk about, family support. My mom took my son from me to help me raise him while I go to school. So I went for LLM. Then after LLM, I went back to Abuja. So then I was doing corporate practice. Then I had a fashion house. Then after like a year or two, I found myself in Senate. I gave birth. Okay, before the Senate, I gave birth to my second son. Then after, it wasn't even up to a year, I found myself in Senate. And my mom was still helping me with the two kids too, before I finally now resided them in my own house. So since then I've been doing, so I moved, I didn't even bother practicing for a long time. I think I practiced for like a year at most. Majorly is corporate law and policy formulation, but I think I prefer policy formulation than corporate law.
Than corporate now.
I feel like, the money apart, I feel when I see where the bill will go, the impact it will have, it makes me like, it gives me the joy to say, okay. And it's not, when you see a futuristic thing, like this bill I'm doing for these people, it's not going to be now. Let's even forget about the imminent impact. It's something that is futuristic. I'm talking about health insurance now. We haven't even scratched the surface of what the bill is all about. Now imagine it in 10, 20 years. You now be like, oh, I'm part of the people that drafted this bill. You know the joy you feel. So I feel like I just, yes, I'm diversifying even from only health bills and all, but the joy of like, knowing that once you get your health right in any system of the country, you've gotten like the 50%, because when you know you have access to good health care, every other thing would fall into place, because health is wealth. If you are rich and you can't have access to good health care, your richness will not do anything to you.
Now, I see, you know, even on social media, the way you carry your business on your head, and I doubt if there is a single day that will pass and I will not see a video from, you know, see you post and all of that. Now, I see a number of young people who are maybe trying to come into business and all of that. You will hear, I'm too shy to face the camera, I'm this, a lot of excuses and all of that. Now, the reality is, knowing who you are, the things you have achieved by the grace of God and all of that, and you still carry your business like that.
So I think business for me at this point in time is not only about the money. It's about the legacy I want to leave for the kids. I want them to be able to do something else apart from their normal formal education. So even when I wake up sometimes and I feel like, do I have to do this? And then you see, you have a social manager, you have everybody, they will say, no, it's your face that they want to see. It's not, even when you hire an influencer and everything, they see that they get more reach when I advertise than when any other person advertises. I'm the shyest person when it comes to posting about my business, because I feel like an imposter, like, do I even need this business? But it's not about the money per se. Yes, the money is there, but the legacy, because I could remember when I was younger, my parents used to own a pure water factory. And as at then, they were maybe number 1 or number 2. It was Hasi Water and Heritage. You will not see any other pure water factory as at then when they started. And when we finish school during holiday, we go there. I can still pack a bag of pure water till now. I can still wrap a bottle of water and everything. I saw how they built their business. I saw the mistakes they've made while doing businesses. And I'm trying to learn from it. I learned from it and I'm trying to make it better. I'm still learning. Every day I make mistakes and I'm trying to see how I can get better. And when my son came one day and said, oh, he needed to do a business studies project, and I was like, what do you want to do? He said, maybe fashion. I said, yeah, you don't look like a fashion person. But I know he wanted fashion because he saw me in fashion. And when they are not in school, maybe sometimes I just take them to the shop and say, come and go and see what we are doing. It's not all about what. And sometimes they will ask me to, Mommy, today you are a lawyer, tomorrow you are inside something with the minister, next tomorrow you are in the market. I said, you have to be versatile. I used to tell people, I'm not looking at anybody to do anything I want to do. Nobody is feeding me except God and maybe sometimes my parents. But someone now saying, oh, you are this. Why are you promoting? Why are you in front doing business advert? Oh, we saw you with the minister for something. Shouldn't you? And I would tell them, my mouth is wide, and I would not want to beg. So even if this one is not working now, this is working. You have to diversify and excel at it. Maybe some will say, oh, you have to touch it. I'll tell them, this is my own style. When it comes to yours, spend money on touch it. Do your own style. Do what works for you.
Now, a lot of people have the notion, when you see children of great people, politicians or business people who are successful in business and all of that, they have this idea that, if you are doing well, they believe that, you are great only because your parents are great. Now, because I have how do I call it now? An experience of your work ethics. Sometimes I ask, do you have to go this hard, this far with all of this and all of that? People have the idea that you are a child of a great person,
Yes.
And of course there are also children of great people who just have this entitlement, or you just feel relaxed about life. Money is there, and then that's all they think about and all of that. Why is your own different?
Okay, so when you say why is my own different, Davido's father is one of the most richest man in the world. Don't let even say in Nigeria. And Davido's story is one of the stories that motivates me a lot, because his father is still rich, but he is one of the musicians that works hard. He works so hard that people will be like, did you owe your next generation?
That you are trying to pay.
I mean, if you see Davido working hard, who am I? Who is my father? They might just feel what's it, but even my father is working so hard. At 60 something, he still works so hard. If I say, Daddy, take a rest today, they say, look, I'm not even working for the money alone. I'm working because I need to work. If I don't work, what should I be doing? Sitting down and enjoying what? Which money do you think I have? And he has made his legacy. My grandpa, my uncle will say something. I think I usually refer to my uncle because I look up to him a lot, because he's a lawyer, and just like me, he's a business lawyer. He doesn't practice law. I think maybe in his struggling years. Now he's into oil and gas. He doesn't even do law at all. But he owns a firm. We own a firm, and we go there when need be. But he would tell me, my father, that's him. He say my father was a rich man, but I can gallantly say I'm richer than my father. I want to have that too. And yes, he has given us the access, the opportunity. So what should I make with that? I have the access, I have the opportunity. I should make something out of it. It shouldn't be about still living under him, under his name. Let them say, oh, your father has worked for you. Because wherever they go, they will say, oh, your father was a great man. He worked for you. Now you are doing well. I want to be that too. Oh, my father was a great man. He is a great man but I am doing on my own. Let me have my own name. So I think until recently, I barely want to even let people know my surname. So when you meet me for the first time, I'll just say my name is Hafsat. Or I'll just say my name is Hafsat and maybe my husband's name, because he uses his own name, not the family name. And maybe second meeting or third meeting, it was like, oh, I heard from someone, so and so. I will be like, oh, now I see where the charisma comes. Oh, now I see the aura. But at the moment, the first impression I've given you, I've made you like me first. But if I had given you my father's name, you might have looked at me like that first before looking at me for me. So it's about creating a legacy and a name for myself before my father. He has given me what I want. Is now to make a big deal out of it.
Now let's talk about Daddy. Meanwhile, she's the, I don't know if I will call you the favorite daughter of Senator Oloriegbe. Now, what was it like working with him? Because I know you work with him at the Senate very closely and all. What was it like working with him? Was there issue of conflict of is Daddy or is my boss?
Okay.
How was it like?
First things first, favorite daughter. Let's remove that.
Okay.
I'm the only daughter, yes.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Wow. I'm right. I'm right.
The
You say
favorite came
daughter.
from that, but no.
Okay.
And they used to say I look like him a lot.
Okay.
But so working with him wasn't like a favoritism thing to start with. You know, as a politician, you need someone you can trust as your right-hand person. When you say trust, someone that you know would have your back. Because anybody can push it to you at any moment. Even in politics has expanded me to know that even the person that is sleeping with you today can wake up tomorrow and say, I've decamped. So you need someone like your blood. And yes, there were other people that could have taken that position. But you looked at, I'm not about just trust alone. I'm about the person that has the experience to carry, the experience and the competence to move my agenda forward. So when the opportunity came, he told me, this is going to be very tasking. And I know you're up to it. But family aside, work aside. And it's been, I still work with him actually. Even as the chairman NHI, I'm still working with him. And yes, sometimes it's very tasking. Like I think during the Senate time, I didn't really have a personal life. I didn't even see myself because the main aim was the goal of this is what this person wants to achieve. And he doesn't trust so much people. So he needs me on ground to say, okay, this is what I want you to do. So like, there's always, the funny thing is when we are at work, we are at work. When we are at home, we are at home. There's really no conflicts per se. And fortunately, my mom understood that. So she never for once asked like, oh, so what is happening at work? No. When she needs to be involved, she knows, oh, I have her best interest at heart. She will tell me, what do you need me to do? And when it's just both of us, my dad also trusts me to know that, okay, I would not tell my mom about anything happening that doesn't have to know. So I feel like that competency has to be put in play because being a lawyer means that it's a conflict of interest because, so to say, my dad was my client at that point. Confidentiality has to be there. Yes. So whatever he says, this is confidence. I can't tell any other person. And I think that's part of how we work together and we still work together. And it now extended to managing the family as a whole. So apart from managing my own, I had to be the house manager for his own.
But did you have any time where maybe you experienced certain resistance from people who just feel like, maybe it's just because you are the daughter of...
Yes, I'm sure. Maybe Wikipedia has removed it. I mean, when you Googled my name at that particular point, the first thing you see was all these Facebook posts about him using his daughter as the SLA and everything like that. But I think what my uncle said then, that was when he said, when opportunity comes, be ready for it.
Be ready.
He said, you are ready, you are prepared. Let people see your competence. Then they will keep quiet. And after a few months, you see the same people that said that, even one of them that didn't know I knew was part of the people that leaked it out, just like fell in line and just fell in love with me and the way I work. It wasn't about even playing favor to them. It was just about showing my competence and what I could do. And they saw that, oh, this person is not doing it as a family
thing.
It was about impact. And
when they see results.
Yes, so the results was there for everybody to see. And they were now even grateful it was me because they felt like if it was one of them or one people, they don't think they would deliver. They would have
delivered at that level. Now let's try and let's go maybe backwards. Let's rewind. What was childhood like for you? You know, we have people with different stories. You have people who say like former president, Goodluck Jonathan, I had no shoes, and this and that, and all of that. You know, everybody have their unique stories. Yes. What was growing up like for you?
Okay, so I was born in Kano. Yes.
Wow.
So moved to Ilorin, I think when I was 5, and then stayed in family house for a while. So my dad became a House of Assembly member in 2019. Then we moved to another place in Ilorin. And then I schooled all through Ilorin. Then he moved to Abuja after the House of Assembly tenure over. Then we moved to Abuja, but I was still schooling in Ilorin. He wanted us to have that community feeling. to grow up where he grew up and still have the education, because I think that played a huge role during its campaign, telling people like, I am part of you, I am rooted here, my children are from here, they understand the language, they even married from here. So in a way it was strategic, so to say. So for me, I had shoes, I would say so. And then while growing up, I think in primary school, my dad owned a hospital. Sometimes few times we walked to the hospital. It wasn't so far. But I mean, for now, I wouldn't think I would. Growing up, the trekking is not out of no money. I think maybe sometime, maybe once in a while, maybe the driver didn't come early. I think then we had a taxi driver that used to pick us. Then sometimes my dad would pick us. I would say my dad is also part of a huge influence on my childhood. Despite how busy he was, even while he was a House of Assembly member, while he was in working with the Save the Children and all his work, he's always the one that usually is hands-on with school runs, with the projects. He helped me with my my university project. He also helped us pass our GC, our NEPO.
Did you write on health?
And
did you write on health?
No, but I wrote on insurance. Inheritance.
Oh, okay.
Inheritance. We did it together. We discussed it together. He really likes the discussion. I love the relationship we had it wasn't only me, even with my brothers. I have 3 brothers, and everybody would say one thing, or I'm very sure either of them would say 1 or 2 things he did in their life while growing up. So it was a huge impact in my life while growing up. I had a shoe. I was born with not a golden spoon, not a golden spoon, a silver spoon. I mean, St. Joseph was one of the best schools then. Then I went to FGGC Omara, and then Kinsey, the University of Ilorin. University of Ilorin was one of the best schools then too. When we finished, I think my own master's was my husband's house. The other people had to travel out for their masters. For me, I did my master's in my husband's house. So it was good.
You are a twin.
Yes.
So what's your relationship like with your twin brother?
So I'll say we grew up together, but we are so world apart. I mean, he is fully into health. So he's an health expert. He works with all this international organization as a logistics person. And yes, he works in similar line with my dad. So I would say he has gotten it covered. And because it started early, because we did a 5-year course, then law school then, and he just did a 4-year course, then graduated. I mean, he's doing well for himself. And we have a very good relationship. It's not like we are besties, but we have a very, very good relationship. Yes, like we talk maturely, we discuss a lot, and yes, all of them sees me as the mother of the house, so I kind of practically take care of their kids too. So
now let me peep into Daddy, Senator Oloriegbe. What are we expecting for 2027?
Expect the best too. Anything. I mean, for now we can't say where or what it is, but definitely 2027 will be something. Oloriegbe family would definitely have something for 2027.
Or let me be specific now. Are you planning?
I just said family. Whether it is me, whether it's my father.
So it's a possibility.
Maybe, maybe not.
Good. So I have an idea that yes, Hafsat can actually be in politics.
Yes, definitely. I love politics, not the rough patch. When I say rough patch, I'm not afraid to go to any of the communities to talk to them, to give them something, to be there. My mom, I would thank her for that. She's someone that can be anywhere and everywhere. You can see my mom in the high-profile meeting today, and tomorrow she's dancing culturally,
local,
the
grassroots, and all of that.
And I love that. And I think that's what helped me with managing the business, the whole thing I have going, because I see my mom blending everywhere. So I don't see any reason why I can't blend everywhere. So, and because I'm all about impact, that's why I love politics. It's not about the fairity of it. I love politics because I feel like I see when you are in the right place, what access can make you do for your people. If you love your people genuinely and you want to help them, you have to be in politics to do that, because there's little to what you can do being a private person. If you're in politics, you have access to a lot of people, access to the fund is even the little part of it, but the people that can make it work. Because even after the Senate, we still do things for the community, and that's because of the access we've had while in Senate.
Now, I'm going to give you some posers. We are trying to round up now. If it is left to you to choose between being a governor or being in the National Assembly, which one will you choose? And why?
Well, I haven't really had experience with being a governor, so I can't say much about it. But I want to expect that would be much more impactful being a governor than being a senator. But either ways, I feel like impact can be felt anywhere, whether in the Senate or in being a governor or being a House of Rep member or being a House of Assembly member. If you know what you are doing, the House of Assembly member can even have more power than the House of Rep, depending on what the person is seeking to do, the vision and mission. So it's not about where you are, it's about what you want to do. So being a governor, yes. Being a senator, yes. Anyone can really be okay.
Okay. Now, can you remember one memorable event maybe that happened while you were schooling? Yeah, especially Unilorin, where we met. Is there something memorable something that stands out? I know we have a lot of things to remember,
yes.
But something that stands out for you.
I think it would be, I was the welfare secretary of wanted to buy my form. We're supposed to be 3, and that day I think I went to the LSS headquarters, that office that I want to take a form and everything, and I felt it would be something unopposed and everything. And because welfare, a lot of people don't even do it. They will just say welfare, and me, I just wanted to, as I said, I've always been seeking where I can get impact. And the other 2 people that came, I've even forgotten their name. They said, "Oh, you want to buy welfare form?" I said, "Yes." They said, so we are 3 going. I said, "Yes." They said, "You know what? Let's not disturb. It's you now. Wow. Let's just leave it." And I'm like, "No, and let's try it now to see." It's not even about the game of numbers. You are much more qualified than us. I think I was in 300 or 400 level then. But the other 2, I think one was in 300, the other one was in 200. It's from 200.
200, yes.
That one. And I was like, is it because I'm the senior? He said, no, that what are we going to do? We will start seeking fund all about it. You don't even need to seek fund for the welfare of the people to be okay. And that really got me, because at first I felt they were intimidated, but they said no, it was very shy.
Yeah.
People just see this outspoken. I like public speaking and everything, but shy to say, "Oh, please vote for me." Maybe it's the family thing, but I just used to feel like, what to do. Why am I in the front of, I would deliver? So they said, no, it's not because of the game of numbers. They just feel like even if they don't do even if I don't do anything, I would still carry all of everybody along. So why should they? Their main aim too is about getting the welfare of the people to be taken care of. So why should they hinder that by saying they are going for it, then sharing the votes? And I really appreciated it.
That means a lot.
I still campaigned and I won, but it wasn't like so rigorous and all that.
Okay. So now law school. School, just hearing law school, you feel pressure. Now, how did you cope with law school pressure?
So with law school, I think...
You know why I'm asking? Especially in recent times, I've had, especially the younger generation, talking about law school, talking about mental health of them.
I think
students,
I won't lie to you. I won't lie to you. Pastor Tim, see, mental health, this thing. When I hear my 11-year-old son saying, "I am mentally drained, I have anxiety," I said, these words are big. In my own time, what do we know about anxiety, mental health? Yes, I'm not downplaying, like I'm pro mental health advocate. I mean, I've helped pass the law. I'm not downplaying it. In fact, if you have the money, see a therapist. You don't have to go through something to see a therapist. But I feel like maybe because the way the world is going and everybody feels like they have an identity, any small
stress
discomfort, you see they are drained. I think during our time, the millennials still have it good. I'm always telling my mom, like, you have it good though. Come and ask us that we are raising Gen Alpha. Any small stress, they'll be telling me, mommy, do. And I'll be like, we see these things as normal.
That you are shouting.
Maybe from uni, they will tell us when you get to law school, they already prepared our mind.
Mentally.
We know when we get to law school is not easy. They even had the good syllabus. You know how our syllabus was.
Yes.
We were borrowing courses all about.
100 level. I remember our 100
we only
level,
had one law course.
Only one law course, and we were doing about 10 in first semester. One law course. I was asking, what exactly is this law?
And now they are doing law of this. They barely even go out of the faculty. Up to 200 level, we're still going about borrowing courses all about.
I think even up to I can't remember, even
up
to 300 level or there.
We're borrowing courses all about. They don't. I think the borrowed courses are not so much, and I think I heard that they even used to come to the department to come and take them. Unlike us.
I remember then that a lot of places where we go to go and borrow course,
they don't even like us.
Like you can feel the toxic atmosphere and everything.
We will stand to collect the course. In the end, they will still give us D or C. You know, the best out of the best from Faculty of Law will collect C. Or it's very rare you see us. They will never give us an
A or B. Yeah.
So having that mentality that when you get to law school, it will be harder. We are preparing for. Always shouting we are preparing for law school. So to me, the pressure from law school was the same thing we were doing in University of Ilorin, just a bit different because University of Ilorin too didn't show us mercy. So why should law school show us? They already prepared us mentally. And equipped us with the right things. So from day one, read your books. They have always said it. From day one, read your books, jot your notes. So by the what are you reading by week 12? It's your jotting. So from I was engaged while I was in law school. I was practically married. Let me put it like that. It wasn't just like I wasn't in my husband's house. I was in law school. So yes, my husband will have to still come and see me in law school. Managing that, it wasn't like I had a boyfriend. I had a full husband. But I had to sit down and read, and he understood. So during the exam, when everybody was reading from week 1, I was reading my jotting. I wasn't reading week 1, week 2, week. Where do I want to start from? That's why you break down. You can't rush it, and you can't say, I want to have a personal life. It's law school.
Law school. One big law
Choose
school.
one. And it's just a year. What if it's now 2 years? What do you want to do? So they will tell you, focus. My uncle then said, just focus on it. I think why I didn't even have the first class then or anything was because of I don't know how to cram. If you're in law school and you don't know how to cram, that's number one default. You have to cram those cases.
Processes because
sessions,
processes and everything.
Most of it, I had to write it like in the way I explained, because another thing that helped me in law school was explaining it in my mother tongue. I will translate it to Yoruba. So when you are talking about the process, I will tell you, Wawa law court, Wawa form. I know all those forms, but to now say corporate, oh God, corporate was the one that fucked me. I do not.
I think for many of us, corporate law is one of the.
And because you have to cram it, you have to cram it.
It's so voluminous, a lot of things.
So if you don't know how to cram, just accept your 2-1 or 2-2 in peace and go. If you are doing first class and you don't know how do you want to do it? You will understand the law. That's why you see that sometimes the people that excel in the law practice are not even the people that had first class. They are people that definitely understood the process. Understood and I feel like to me, that's my own personal opinion. That's what made me excel in life, understanding the process and understanding and keeping it like that. But saying going and cramming, I will forget. Even if I cram today, I will forget tomorrow. But if you ask me the process today now, I will explain it to you and say, explain for you.
In a way I can understand.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Now, if you have to choose one between business and politics, which one will you choose?
Definitely.
If you are left with just one option.
So, depends on the situation, but definitely it's a bit dicey. I want to say your hard work will show in business, but the business of nowadays in Nigeria, even hard work will not show like that. It's only God. And in politics, you can work hard and still not be rated until you have gone. I would have chosen politics and say, oh, when you work hard, people will see you, people will like you and everything. But in now that I know how politics work, your hard work may not still show. So both of them, your hard work might not show in the end. But if I want to choose based on the operation of how things work, I would definitely choose politics, because I feel like if you, as I said, impact, you will see the impact. Whether it did not show now, in the end, they will see it and they would appreciate it. Business is grace of God major. Everything takes grace of God anyway. Yeah. But business is grace of, because if you work hard, it's not about working hard alone. You have to work smart.
Yes.
And you have to know your audience. You have to do a lot of things to get. Even now, I'm still operating. Today itself, I'm still thinking, do I need to change my business? Do I need to do something? I'm thinking like, right, you might see me tomorrow and say, now you're not doing this again. I might die first. That's business for you. But politics, if you grind on it and keep working hard, definitely it would eventually show.
Sure.
Even if your own people do not recognize you, other people would recognize you.
Now, in business and in politics, one of the things that people need to deal with is actually disappointments. Business can fail.
Yes.
You know, you have expectations and everything, and it does not turn out well. In politics, is the same thing. How do you cope? How do you deal with disappointment?
Even in life, everybody disappoints me one way or the other. I think I am magnet for disappointment. That story for another day. That one I'll take it from my dad. My dad really is deeply rooted in religion, and he would always relate every situation of his life to one verse of the Quran and say that is how God wants it. So when disappointment happens, yes, of course we are humans, you would think about it, revel in it, but what he would do is not let it define him. Maybe a day or two, and you will see him just be okay. Outsiders will be like, but this thing happened. They'll be like, that's how God wants it. At least I'm still alive. So I think I learned from that. I do not let things get to me easily. And I feel like that's what has helped me in life. Because if I want to be living based on how disappointed I have been with a lot of things happening around me, then I want to believe I won't be where I am today. So because I keep looking and forging ahead, and the people or the things disappointing me, thinking, and we did this and he still did not affect her, it makes me grow. It teaches me lessons in life. So I like disappointment itself. I even like it to show you. I want the disappointment to happen early so that I'll be able to know how to move. I'll just move ahead. I'll learn from it and move ahead and know how to do better. As long as you're alive, you keep learning every day. That's
okay, so let's wrap this conversation up with this. Overall, what's your philosophy of life?
Do I even have a philosophy of life?
Like there is something that drives every
what drives me, as I've said, and I'll continuously say, is what do you want to be remembered for when you are not there again? Not even dead now, physically not there. Maybe your position or the space. What do you want to be remembered for? When people talk about you, what do you want to? So always think about that every day of your life and use it to act accordingly. I mean, I recently did my brother's wedding, and when I saw a lot of people turn up, I'm like, what did I do to deserve this honor? Be like, a lot till today, people kept posting episodes about why they turned up, and I'm like, at least even if this is it for me, I am happy and contented with what I'm hearing. It's not about the eye service. A lot of people genuinely feel I have done something in their life. And it wasn't intentional. I just do it because that is what I want to live by. And that is what I see my parents do, to be impactful. So that's why I feel like I want to live an impactful, purposeful life. I'm still finding my purpose. Maybe that's why you see me do 1,000,001 business, because I feel like I haven't gotten it right. But I'm not stopping. The only thing is, anything I do, it has to be impactful. Whether I greet you today, I meet you today, we need to make something happen. You can't just meet me and just be hello. I have to have something I'm doing with you, not business wise, but even if it is just advice, even if it is you advising me, let's impact each other. Then we'll take it from there. So my own thing is, what do you want people to remember you by when you are not there?
All right, everybody, what do you want people to remember you for? Life, the value of your life is in the impact that it makes. It is not in the how long you live or any other thing, but in the impact, how people how people feel when they remember you or they remember your name and all of that. Thank you. I believe you have enjoyed this conversation with Barrister Hafsat Oloriegbe. Thank you so much. I personally have learned a lot, and I'm going to even go and do my research, especially on the cancer fund and all of that.
I think I'll share what I have.
Yes, I will appreciate that. And in the comment section, on the screen and all of that, we'll also find a way to put all of this information, because it is very, very important that people know about these things. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I cannot appreciate you enough for choosing to identify with us. For some people, I know that you may have to go through a lot of processes and then they will still not show up at the end of the day. But one thing I have learned from you is that humility and to relate with all kinds of people. You mentioned that maybe you took that from mommy. You are able to relate across all levels, and you don't close your door against people. So thank you so much. Chazon Legal, we appreciate you. On Legal Convo, we really do appreciate you. And meanwhile, you are our first guest. You are our first guest, and this is a really a very good one that we have done together. Thank you. And I believe that let me bribe you ahead. I believe that when we call you next time, you will also be able to show up for us.
I have a feeling you'll call me next time.
I will, if anytime you are coming to Ilorin and I'm aware, I definitely will love to have this kind of conversation, because there are so much to actually talk about.
Yes.
There are so much. We have talked majorly on the healthcare and all of that majorly today, but there are a lot of things that we actually can discuss. So everybody, this is where we wrap our discussion of. Thank you so much for joining with us. Do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also follow us across all social media platforms. Just before we go, can you tell the audience your handle on IG? I think you majorly are on IG. Or any other social media that you want.
So my personal handle on Instagram is Olorilaw2. That's my personal handle. It's private, so you might have to send a message before I can accept it. Then my business handle is Kias_ready to wear and Flakes and Kia. Then we have Alarm Property and Villas Limited. Then Hafsaya Consult. I have 4 businesses, and then for my Twitter is Hafsat Oloriegbe, simply Hafsat Oloriegbe. That's all. Okay, we are also going to put it there so that anybody that wants to follow can also follow. Thank you so much once again. Thank you very much.
And to the team, thank you.
Thank you all. I really appreciate it.